Okay guys, so I'm letting my cabbage cool off a little bit, and this is how I want it, nice and soft. So beautiful. So I can actually pick it up so it's not that hot. I'm letting it cool off. While that cools off over here, we're going to go ahead and get started with this, how I add everything in for the super deliciousness. Now, if you remember what I said about the Goya Fancy Pepamientos, since we're doing cups, okay, you're not going to throw this whole 1/4 in. So I think I'm going to be able to do about, I'm going to say about 3 cups of these. So you just want to make sure you have a handful for each cup, okay? So I have some here that I'm ready to throw in there, all right? And then this is going to be for 2 more cups, okay, which I have to dice up. All right, so for the jalapeno, you're going to add about, you know, I chopped up, this is how much I have, just the tip of the jalapeno, okay, and the chard and all that good stuff. So you're just going to grab like a few pieces, just a pinch. Throw that in. And that, again, that's for each cup, okay? All right. So let's get started. Let me get a spoon here. Okay, because remember, we're adding 1 spoon per cup. So you're going to do 1 spoon, a nice hefty tablespoon of the dressing and the mayo. Okay. And here's our mayo. All right. Put that aside. All right, and we're going to do pinches of that garlic parsley salt. Okay, so just pinches. You kind of want to use your fingers a little bit there. All right, so we have all that in there. So guess what? Now it's time to add in the cabbage, which we all been waiting for, right? All right, let's just clean my station here a little bit. Now, I did want to share with you guys, if you look in here, of course, there's some leaves there of the cabbage. You do want to add some of this onion. So, like I said, about, I don't know, about a tablespoon of those onions. Make sure you get that in there. There we go. All right, so make sure you get that onion in there. You want to make sure you get all those ingredients in there. All right, so let's continue with the cup. All right, so I think this is pretty cool. So pretty. Look at that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start chopping up. And like I said, my blender does most of the work, so all you're going to do is just throw chunks in there. Okay. And I have to cut them a decent size because this is, you don't want to overwork your, you know, if you're doing a little blender like this, of course. And that cabbage smells so good right now. Okay. That's pretty good there. All right. Now here's the trick, okay? You have to add in just, I would say about a 1/3 of spring water, okay, to get this mix going. So a 1/3 of spring water. And I'm just going to use because I found some tomatoes that I found in my pantry here. So these are actually the sweet tomatoes, the sunset tomatoes. I'm going to add these into the sandwiches as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the water here so I don't have to go back and forth. Yeah, so about a 1/3, perfect. All right, and so 1/3 of spring water for each 16 ounce of cabbage in the cup. For this cabbage mix, I mean. All right, so let's get going here. All right, oh, wait, let me take this off a minute. Oh, my little thing fell off. Yeah, me and this blender have gone a long way. It's one of my favorite blenders, and I use it for everything in my kitchen. Although I've been making a lot of savory, you know, hearty food, so I haven't been using it. Usually I use this a lot, like in the spring and the summer, depending what I'm making. So that's what it should look like, just like that. All right, so I'm going to move this over here. Okay, we're going to bring this bad boy here. And we're going to go ahead, so you're going to hear a loud noise. All right, guys. That's what it should look like all together. Now, what you're gonna do next, remember that packet of salsón? All right, you're gonna add pinches in this. So like 2 little pinches each cup. But you wanna make sure that you grind it up first, okay? It does make a difference. Look at that. And of course that already has a lot of nice color in it. Okay, so I think I still have some more room for more cabbage here, so I'm going to throw the rest of these pieces. It might just be 2 cups of these 16-ounce cup. All right, so just a pinch of the pinch. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grind this up again. Sometimes I got to give it a little smack. All right. And there we go. Shake it. We're going to do it one more time. Got to get those other chunks of cabbage that I put in there. All right, let's take a look. Push this back. I just want to make sure it got all the rest of it. Yep. So there you have it. Look at that. See that steam coming from the cabbage? All right, so I'm going to get my hefty bowl here. One sec. So I have my bowl, and this is where we're going to be throwing the sauce in, all that goodness. Yes, super delicious. I'm just going to give this a little, and then I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out, and then we're going to just keep going. And there you have your cabbage mix sauce for these sandwiches. So good. All right. So I don't think I actually have to rinse that out. I'm just going to use it as is. So if you take a look, I'm going to give you a little up close there. That's what it should look like. It almost looks like, you know, like baby food kind of sort of, the texture. And there you have it. So we're going to do, I think we're going to be good with doing one more cup. I thought I was going to have to use like 3 cups. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. All right, and all you're going to do is repeat. All right, guys, so I'm going to send this video out so you guys can see that's how you put it together. And don't forget, towards the end, when you're done throwing everything together, don't forget your cucumbers, the little dices. Keep them out. Like I said, don't throw them in your blender. And like I said, I got some sunset tomatoes out to put on the sandwiches as well. I actually didn't know I had some back there. And remember, when you do your first mix, do not add in the pack of the pinches of salsón until it's all mixed up, because it gives it more flavor when you do it afterwards. Okay? All right, guys. So I love you. I'll be back in a minute.